Yo, YouTube, what's going on, y'all? Kai here checking in with another video. My bad, excuse me. Today we got rapper Benz and 35 others indicted on RICO charges in New York. Let's go on and get into this video.
It's not 1996, bruh. You can't rap about being a gangster and get away with it no more. At least not if you're really out there in the streets. Guess you could get away with it if you're not like that. But this is a lesson that people are learning over and over again. And we've really seen an increase in cases against rappers and their entourage being charged as a whole over the last 5 to 6 years. These RICO indictments are getting crazy because I feel like it's every other week or two we're seeing stories about rappers catching these conspiracy indictments, and all I can say is there has never been a worse time to be an actual gangster rapper. I feel like rappers were getting away with it for a hot minute, right? Like there was a technology gap between the rappers and the federal government and the state governments, because for a while we seen gangster rappers coming out rapping about their real life and absolutely nothing was happening to them. But then it seemed like out the clear blue, suddenly every law enforcement agency on earth discovered what the RICO Act was and started using it to target rappers. And New York is one of those states that over the last couple of years has started to implement these RICO charges over and over again against big groups of individuals. And they're getting bold with it because yesterday they did one of these sweeping indictments against like 20 people in New York. Most of them were rappers, and they decided to bring a news crew along with them. And
what the fuck?
Yesterday they did one of these sweeping indictments against like 20 people in New York.
Dog, to get locked up in the same junk that was right here.
Most of them were rappers, and they decided to bring a news crew along with them. And I think that sends a clear message that they want people to see what's happening. Now, to clarify a little bit, there were actually 36 people that were arrested, and it was 2 separate gangs from the Bronx that got indicted. And authorities said that this was an 18-month operation where they tracked these guys and said that between the two groups, they're responsible for 21 different shooting incidents that wounded 10 bystanders. The oldest person in this group was only 25 years.
Damn, 25, bruh. Bruh, 25 years old is crazy, bro. If y'all don't know, I'm 20. So that's crazy, bro. 25. Like, y'all just don't care, like.
Old. Now, one of the gangs that was involved was a gang called the Slattery Gang, also known as the Slaughtery Gang, which is named after a playground that's located on 183rd Street in the Bronx. And for that group, there was a 176 count indictment that was unsealed that included conspiracy, attempt at murder, robbery, assault, and a bunch of other stuff. The other gang is known as 1300, which the police said were responsible for 6 of the shootings that took place, including one that left a 73-year-old woman injured. Now, when they started this investigation, they said that half of the defendants were under the age of 17. So I don't know if they waited 36 months to get these guys so everybody would be adults, or if that's just how long it took them to actually investigate these groups. But during the arrest, they seized over 15 guns that were used in these shootings. Now, all of this started back in August of 2022 after a robbery spree left an off-duty police officer with a fractured skull. And of course, that's what it started with. Everybody knows the quickest way to get the police on you and never off of you is to commit some kind of crime against the police officer. If nothing else, they'll definitely protect their own. But with that case, apparently there was a string of 19 robberies over the course of a month in 2022 And one of those incidents is where this off-duty police officer got injured. And that's what started this whole investigation. Now, over the last 36 months, they've been watching everybody involved drop music videos, flex online, and just in general be bad gang members. Now, the first group, SB, or the Slaughtery Boys, also goes by Smelly Block, also goes by Strictly Business. They have some rappers in their group that have been popping here recently. One of those rappers is a rapper named Benz, who's a stud rapper, right? She's masculine as hell, and she's been putting on for a minute now, dropping a bunch of music. And like I said, she's been getting it popping, right? She was wrapped up in this indictment, actually named as the leader of this group, which I don't know if that's true, but she was the biggest rapper wrapped up in this indictment. And side note, you guys may have heard of SB before because Lil TJ actually has an affiliation with them. Lil TJ is obviously a massive rapper, so you may have seen him representing for them before he wasn't involved in this indictment, but he's affiliated with them. Now, Benz actually got hit with over 29 charges herself, and I think she's got the most charges out of everybody that was charged in this. The other 140 something charges were spread across all the other members. And like I said, I think it was clear that they were trying to send a message by arresting these people because they brought the news with them.
Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that?
Nah, SMD from a stud rapper is crazy when she's being arrested. Also, Buddy in the back is way too damn excited to be getting arrested to go into jail, bro. Like, he wants the whole world to know what's happening right now is happening to him. That's crazy work.
We're here at a secret undercover location in the Bronx where NYPD detectives are getting ready to launch a manhunt for nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious felonies.
Quick question, because I seen her before. Why is she always in the mix? Like, is she like the leader on the gang side, like for the news? Because I seen her before.
Including murder. It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission.
These cases are the single most impactful reason that shootings trend downwards.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, that's when it fills up with all the gangs.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew, also known by other names like Slaughtery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents or ops, other young people, for no good reason. That's aspiring drill rapper Benz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20.
Bruh, it's no way in hell, bro. If that's your leader, bro, I'm not about to take no orders from no woman, bro. It's the reason why people not about to vote for a woman president. Like, I'm not about to take no orders from you. Like, who the fuck is you? Like, nigga smack the shit out of you. Like, bro, what? So for them to say that she's a leader, it's crazy.
They're shooting at each other with a yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, it's personal. This is where he grew up. A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the locations once the manhunt gets underway. Officers go into the building, every detail and movement planned in advance. Right now, the detectives are inside the building, going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect.
I can't lie, they put the journalist in a bulletproof vest so she could come along and film this whole thing going down, bro. And this is Lisa Evers. I don't know if y'all are aware, but she works at Fox in New York, and she's done a bunch of great journalism over the years, particularly her coverage on the Vibes cartel case. But she be getting out here in the nitty gritty of it. But that's That's how confident the police were. They were willing to like let her tag along for this whole thing. And keep in mind, these are violent gang members, allegedly, because they've only been indicted, not convicted. But they just brought her along like it wasn't nothing.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment. What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Theobald Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by shooting that happened in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment against the alleged gang members.
We're going to stay at this. No.
Hey, that Bronx situation, like, bro, they not playing. I know D-Thing got free, but nah, they be trying to make examples. Like, look at K-Flock, like, they be trying to make examples. Like, they don't want none of that shit over there.
No matter what, no matter how long it takes, we are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets without remorse or regret and without regard of anybody that's around.
This is one of the most violent crews that I've seen.
So you're not a trigger puller? No, I don't pull no triggers.
Now, that was footage from the takedown of SB, which Lisa Evers is the one who was covering that. But they also invited the film crew for the takedown of the members of 1300 as well.
Learn at your own pace at the Keystone School. Offering a safe and flexible learning environment, the Keystone...
Police, open the door.
It only took a few seconds between police announcing their arrival, executing an arrest warrant, and a mother unleashing her fury, barring police from entering her Bronx apartment to arrest her son, a suspected gang member. She put up a fight.
My phone is working so loud.
After minutes of tense moments in a small vestibule, police were able to get control and get her 20-year-old son in handcuffs. They say he's a member of the 1300 crew.
You're probably the most violent guys that are still out on the street.
Police say the 1300 crew is responsible for wreaking havoc throughout the North Bronx, on the streets, in subways, and in NYCHA. The crew allegedly went on a 6-day robbery spree 2 years ago. They brutally attacked an off-duty officer while he was on a morning jog.
I have so much pain, in my back, my shoulder, my head.
His life was shattered, changed forever. He'll never be the same. Never came back full duty.
After about 3 years of putting the pieces together and building their case, NYPD officers are getting ready to go out and get the last few suspects in custody. They arrest 3 men, one by one.
Anything you want to say for yourself?
Where am I? They bum rushed to my crib for nothing.
If you pull a trigger in New York City, we're going to do everything in our power to hunt you down and take you off the streets.
All right, so that's the footage of the takedowns. Now let's get into the paperwork and see what all exactly these guys are being charged with, why, and what this case looks like. So I want to start things off by pointing out to everybody that I know everybody's under the belief that if you're a rapper and you rap about some crime, your lyrics can't be used against you. But I would like to point out that time and time again, we've seen these police departments do that exact thing. In fact, right here in this article, it says the investigation began in 2023 and was fast-tracked by police in order to apprehend what is being described as a small group who conducted criminal activity in a borough. Drill rapper named Benz is allegedly the chief among them. Chief among them? Yo, that's crazy. The stud rapper is the chief among them. Anyways, it says Benz's music has about 500,000 views on social media, which she is accused of using in her rap to promote violence by critiquing her rivals and victims. Boom, there you go. It was the music. Now, it may not be used against her in court, but it was for sure used against her in the investigation. You see what I mean? Now, the title of this indictment is Slaughtery Gang Members Indicted in 14 shootings in Fordham area, including 2 that wounded 4 bystanders. One defendant charged with slashing rival in Bronx courthouse. He bragged on Instagram about smuggling scalpels into court. So a good old Instagram post being used against them too. to. According to the 18-month investigation by the Bronx District Attorney's Violent Criminal Enterprise Bureau and the NYPD GVSD, there was a conspiracy involving the gang to possess firearms and commit acts of violence against opposition rival gang members from June 15, 2020 through June 27, 2024. Dang, they even calling them the ops in the court paperwork. Anyways, it says it encompasses 14 shooting incidents, a brutal slashing inside the Bronx Supreme Court of a rival gang member, gunpoint carjacking, a stabbing, gun possessions. The investigation revealed that members of Slaughtery utilized various social media platforms, primarily Instagram and Facebook, to threaten rival gang members and promote themselves. Slaughtery members and associates posted drill rap videos on YouTube in which they bragged about the shootings and mocked murder rivals. 15 handguns and pistols were recovered in the investigation. Now, the next part of this, they lay out 3 incidents that they highlight in this indictment, right? Some of the people they talk about in here are rappers. EBK Nas is named in here. He's Nassim King. Dayron Williams, that's a rapper named Dayrar. Phoenix Charlie, that's a rapper named Feebanger. And look, I'm saying rapper loosely here, bruh. All right, there were more street dudes than rappers, but y'all get what I'm saying. These are the people to know that are mentioned in these 3 highlighted cases. So it says on June 18, 2020 at Morris Avenue and East 144th Street, defendants EBK Nas and Dayrar ran towards a crowd of individuals who were playing cards, and EBK Nas allegedly fired at least 6 shots at the group, striking 3 people who were not involved in gangs. EBK Nas and Dayrar fled from the scene, and just a few minutes later, Dayrar was shot by members of a rival gang, and EBK Nas allegedly returned multiple shots at that rival gang. On July 11, 2020, EBK Nas and Feebanger went to East 194th Street and Briggs Avenue, where Feebanger discharged 4 shots at purported rivals but struck a passerby instead. On January 27, 2023, Feebanger and others were in the Bronx Hall of Justice and spotted members of a rival gang standing outside the youth part on the 5th floor. Feebanger and the others approached these individuals and began to assault them. Feebanger allegedly
in a court building, and niggas is free.
used a sharp object to strike one of the individuals, causing a large laceration from her lower chest area to her abdomen. The victim was taken to the hospital and received 35 stitches. And I ain't gonna lie, standing in the Hall of Justice and jumping your ops is crazy work. It goes on to say the same day, Feebanger boasted about the slashing at the courthouse on social media, saying in sum and substance that the courthouse is his territory. A week prior to this incident, Feebanger posted a video on Instagram bragging about smuggling in scalpels every time he's in the courthouse and showing how to do it. So wait a minute, this dude was making how-to tutorials on how to get shanks into the courthouse. But not only did he do that, he also shanked somebody there. My goodness, who could have predicted that? Anyways, these are some of the cases that they're highlighting, some of the people that they're hitting on. Now, from what I can tell, only 6 people were able to get bond set in this case. Feebanger wasn't one of them. Dayrar wasn't one of them. Benz wasn't one of them. And neither was EBK Nas, but there was a bunch of other people charged. Only 6 were lucky enough to have a bond set. But yeah, that's pretty much what they got going on. And this is a trend that I don't figure is going to stop anytime soon. I figure as the years roll on, we'll start seeing more and more governments and states step up and say, you know what, we're going to use that RICO law to our advantage too. And we'll probably see this playing out a couple hundred more times before people start learning their lessons. But yeah, that's basically it for this story. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that's basically it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to like, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.